good tote to you all. Can't believe I spelled tote that way. So wrong of me to do that, but that's okay. That's fine. All I can think of is like, my sneezing, my sneezing. One sec. Also, I hope y'all are having a lovely morning. I apologize, it's so early. What time is it now? Oh, it's 8. It's not even that early for morning people, and I'm not a morning person. But yesterday, I woke up at 8 in the morning, was awful at it, and then I woke up today at a little bit earlier than that, and was like, I should stream. I warned my mods, I was like, you know what, guys? We can probably stream tomorrow. I want to get into a good habit of waking up early. And so it worked pretty good today, because I did something that Myth suggested, actually, where Myth was like, get up, turn on the lights, and just walk around a little bit. And so I'm like, you know what? Let's try that. Let's do that. Have some fun. And it worked pretty okay. Granted, I went to bed at an okay time last night. I went to bed at 9. So that's not awful. But still, normally I don't wake up this well. I think it was just I was so excited to draw art because I just watched, I've already watched this, but I just rewatched Princess Mononoke, and I was like, I want to draw Ghibli style. I want to do a Ghibli style study. I want to learn how to draw this good art. And so that's what I felt like doing. So maybe it was the art and the inspiration that made me get up, you know? Hi, Lunoma-chan. Welcome in. Thank you. Good morning, Zuchi. I hope you're doing well. I went to bed at an atrocious time last night, personally. Oh, no. Oh, no. Good morning. One sec. I have to look up my seasoning. My seasoning. Where is the... No, not that. I don't want to shop. Google, please. Stop trying to get me to buy things. There it is! Oh, second post. Perfect. Sorry, I'm just gonna do this. Just gonna do this. One sec. Ignore the style study. I literally... So, I woke up early and was chatting with Meta inside chat before everyone arrived. Because I'm still waking up, I spelled so many things wrong, and toast was one of them. And all I could think of was my seasoning. My seasoning. So, here y'all are. This is all I can think about. Just fuck you. Runs your cast iron pan through a dishwasher cycle. My seasoning. My seasoning. I love... That's my buddy Curl. Oh, really? Extremely funny. I saved this to my phone because it makes me laugh so much. I love it so much. It's Tai Lung's face. Just look at Tai Lung's face. He's so upset. He's like, oh, what? Not to see anything. Partly in my favorite scene. As a culinary artist, I feel that. As someone who owns a cast iron, I feel this. So for context, if you don't have a cast iron, it's a really cool cooking tool. It's basically a really heavy pan that is made of cast iron. It is not meant to be soaked or scrubbed particularly roughly, and you're supposed to season it. And seasoning it is the act of putting a neutral oil on it, and then baking it. I think it's 375 for at least an hour. And you don't just season where you cook, you season the entire thing, including the handle, underneath, any bits, because it is just a full piece of metal. So you're not supposed to get rid of the seasoning. The seasoning is just the oil that is baked on. And so putting it through the dishwasher messes up the seasoning entirely, and I think it can lead to making your pan rust. The pan is still salvageable if it rusts. Like, you can grab old ones that have been rusted so badly at like a garage sale, and you can immediately, like, you can clean it up, you can scrub all the rust off, make sure it is completely clear of that, clean it up, and then re-season it, and it's good to go. Like, make sure you do it properly, but it's good to go, you know? My mom washed my old cast iron in the dishwasher, and it got some rust. No! You're seasoning! Also, Cherry the Pitbull, welcome in! I hope you had a lovely stream. How was your just chatting stream? Was there anything you were talking about in particular? Were you just hanging out, vibing, taking it easy? So sorry if you're coming in on this part and I'm explaining cast irons to y'all. But I just thought this was extremely funny, and I keep misspelling things today because it is 8 in the morning for me. Excuse me. This is a giggly morning. This is a really giggly morning. I got so excited to draw Ghibli style that it just woke me up, but I'm still waking up. Not really taking it easy with sleep today? Nice! I'm usually sleepy at this hour, but I got so excited for art. So, understandable. I'm usually way more tired at this hour, but art. Art, baby! I'm gonna need to re-season my cast iron. I gotta re-season my cast iron. I'm pretty good at it. Got re-seasoning it and making sure it's good. But unlike, like my grandma's cast iron, or probably your grandma's cast iron, my cast iron is fairly new. My mom bought it for me, like, right at the store, and so it has this, like, bumpy texture to it, and I want to smooth it out, but it's so difficult to do. My little arms, I don't know if they're strong enough. But, you'll probably notice that, like, older cast irons are smooth on the bottom, but newer ones, I think, are a little grittier, and it's just the way they're made. But they are solid cast iron. So depending on how big they are, they can be anywhere from like 10 pounds to 20 pounds. I have a 20-pound one because my mom was like, here, honey, take a big one. And I'm like, what? So, fun fact, Larry, new ones are not less heavy. They are not. It is just pure iron. So mine is 20 pounds. It's heavy. Thankfully, that is within the range of what I can lift, so we're good. I've got a carbon fiber wok, and I gotta season those too. Yep. You gotta season your pans, unless you have a non-stick. Be careful with the non-stick coatings, because as soon as it's even a little bit scratched, it's done. It's gonna start leaching chemicals into your food, so that's not very healthy for you. Myth. Oh, you got no idea. When I wake up in the morning, I'm not the same person. Yeah. But no, you're not supposed to let your cast iron soak, and you're not supposed to put it through the dishwasher. So you're supposed to hand wash, and then after you hand wash it, you put it back on the element. Back on the stove, and cook the water that you just put into it off. So that it doesn't rust. It's a lot of work, but it's not actually that much work, it's just creating a new habit. So are you gonna do art in the morning? Nice, I hope you have fun doing art. Bard in the tree. My earbuds are out of charge and I'm at work. I'll just watch the cute flappy ears and bouncy flowers till they're back in action. I hope they charge fast. Oh, jeez. Rex Apollo, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. Chemicals where the flavor comes from. I don't know if that's entirely true, so do be careful with that. What was ceramic? I know less about ceramic. The only thing I know is it's fine for cooking, depending on how good you make it, you know? But yeah. Like, the first 5 minutes after I wake up, I'm just like, who am I? What have I done? Where am I? What's happening? We just turned into like an old person in a retirement home, just like, oh gosh, is this my life? What happened? Where are we? What's going on? Dang it, don't know if I'm getting it, but I think you'll need to show me. Rom-com montage. Rom-com montage? Ooh. Sorry, but that just made me think of the most recent romance movie I've watched. And I'm trying to remember, and the only one that's coming to my mind is like 50 First Dates. But I watched that when I was a kid. I watched that when I was like a baby. It was very funny. My first 5 minutes of waking up is, stop yelling at me, kitties. Kittens, Daddy is tired. Please, please, let me rest. Let me get some extra sleep. Not now, please. Feather hunting is a mic setting different. It sounds like a game might be a bit higher than usual. I can turn that down. It might also be that I'm sitting up and I put the mic really close to my face. Daddy's trying to maintain his beauty. Daddy's trying to get a glowing complexion, kittens, please. So sorry if it's louder. I guess I'm just more awake than I thought I was, so this is great. I got a 16 years old and doesn't care at all anymore about my slumber. No, I babysat for cats once, and they just jump on you. They jump on you when they want food, so I just lock them out the room. I've just had to do that now if I want to sleep. I need to watch more romance movies, but they really have to be good and ideally funny for me to enjoy them. Yeah. 50 First Dates, the one with Adam Sandler? Yeah, that's a rom-com, I think. Right? Yeah, it's a rom-com. Favorite rom-com is Princess Bride? I guess that is technically a rom-com. That is a romantic comedy. But it's also very, like, fantasy, and it is comedic. But I guess that my brain never put it into romantic comedy. Princess Bride will always be one of my favorite movies. I love Princess Bride. I love The Princess Bride. I love watching it. It's just so much fun. I forgot what the actor's name is, unfortunately, but, like, Wesley. Wesley's pretty cool. Wesley's pretty attractive. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. Barry, once again, thank you for the raid. If you gotta head out, absolutely no worries. You take it easy. Thank you for being here. And thank you for sharing your community with me. I really appreciate it. Princess Bride is such an amazing movie. It's so, so good. It's so, so good. I love it very much. But before I get too carried away, let me say thank you to y'all, and then I can do art. I can do art studies. I love art. Ah! I was sitting on my jacket. I had to move it. But Meta, thank you for the ear wiggles, hydrate, breathe, and posture check. All good stuff. Let's do that nice and early in the morning. Oh, Andre the Giant's so silly in this movie. Andre the Giant. I only know him from this movie. I know him from nothing else. Little sippy. Romance movies get a bad reputation, but there's some good gems. Here's the kind of frustrating thing. Rom-coms are often shelved by a lot of people as girl movies. And that's really unfortunate. Because I think a lot of people may not realize it, but a lot of people, I would say the majority of people with the exception of like people who are ace or aromantic, you know, crave romance. A lot of people crave romance and the feeling of being wanted and the chase and the falling in love and the making sure the love stays healthy and good. A lot of people crave that. But to dismiss romance as a thing for women only kind of makes it feel like things... when you say that, it's like, well, then why are you making it sound like things for women are bad? They're not. They're not. Why are you depriving yourself of something that could be fun? Be soft. Be gentle. Enjoy yourself. You know? Everyone craves relations, you mean? Exactly. Hello, I'm a grown man and I love romance. Hell yeah. I love romance, baby. Romance is great. A lot of the times, I did not realize it until I was a bit older, but a lot of the times, the romance is what I would read a lot of stories for. As a kid, like, I never really understood. I went, everyone goes through like ooh, girls are icky or ooh, boys are icky sort of phase, you know? But when you grow a little past that, you start to crave romance again. Like, and by that I mean like how a 12-year-old wants to see romance, you know? They don't fully understand it and they're still trying to learn, but like they have crushes, they grow as people, but they're not quite sure of their emotions. And so I think, like, reading romance novels or watching romance movies or having romance in your show is really nice. It can kind of explore what a healthy relationship could look like for kids to internalize well and grow up into adulthood with better expectations of people, you know? As long as the romance isn't overdone and cringy, I can enjoy it. That's fair. Some people don't enjoy cringy romances. Part of me is like, I think romance has to be cringy sometimes. Because some people want cringy romance in their life, and that's okay. We want a bunch of different kinds of romance. It's really important. Thing is, assuming it depicts a healthy relationship. Exactly. Yeah. There's a whole thing of like, what is a healthy relationship? What does it look like? And honestly, you're probably not going to get that in one piece of media. But bits and pieces are healthy, and it's good to see. Like, one of the things that I really, really do not like in old sitcoms, whenever people recommend old sitcoms to me, I'm like, yeah, but so often, like, the husband and wife are not in a healthy relationship. So often they treat each other as, like, the old ball and chain, and I'm like, why are you staying then? Why are you still there? If being in love is such a chore, and such a horrible thing that you don't want to work for, why are you there? What's to stop you from leaving and potentially finding a better fit? You know? Right, breathe. Thank you, Meta. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Obviously, honestly, real romance is cringy sometimes, so if it's not cringy, sometimes it feels fake. Yes. If romance is only smooth and, like, only, like, the like, romance novels of passionate love, that can be a type of romance. But honestly, you want someone that can make you laugh. You want someone who's silly, does silly things, makes you laugh, but can also do those really romantic things. People are complex. If you try to be one thing, you're probably just gonna miss out on other things, you know? Exactly, I've never understood it. Yeah, I don't know. Zuchi. From ages 10 to 25, it was so hard for me to watch and read anything if it didn't have romance in it. It gets me so much more invested, especially if it's the enemies try to fight their feelings for each other type plot. I think part of it is I love reading about character interactions. At its core, that's really what stories are. It's like characters interacting with either an environment, a society, or people. And romance is the easiest way, not the easiest, but one of the really, really approachable ways, I think, to making people feel invested in a connection between two people. Friendships are also very important, but that doesn't quite get people as invested as romance, despite the fact that it is necessary. I think this is going deeper into it, where it's like, as a society, I think we value romance too much and, like, romantic relationships too much over social and friendly relationships. We need both, depending on your needs. But I think people neglect their friendships or their romantic relationships a lot of the times. In the pursuit of finding the one, you miss the 15 friends you can make along the way and keep long term. And they will probably keep you healthy. Granted, the other friends might also have that problem, so it's a problem of everyone kind of becomes isolated in the pursuit of one romantic person rather than a bunch of friends. It's tricky. There is no one solution, aside from architectural changes, honestly. We need more third places and more, like, free classes for people to make relationships. Oh, let me say thank you before we get to art. Lexer, thank you for the resub. Happy 3 months. Miracle Celery, happy 31 months. Welcome on back. Hey, honey, it's been a great time here. Oh, good. I'm glad. Also, Kenji, thank you so much for the raid. Happy. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right? Yes, it's Tuesday. Oh, thank goodness. Happy Tuesday. I hope you had a good stream. How was your art stream? Or were you all drawn? If you feel like sharing it with, I was about to say sharing it with the class, but if you want to feel free to share it with a mod, a Discord link, and I can show it on stream. As long as it's TOS safe, but usually when people stream on Twitch, it is TOS safe. But yeah, if you feel like sharing it, absolutely. Uzumaki, thank you for the resub. Happy 2-year anniversary to you. And Cam, thank you for the gifted sub. Jode, thank you for the gifted sub. Lettuce Boy, happy 11 months. Welcome on back. Rex, thank you again for the 5 gifted subs. And Zindale, thank you for the resub. Happy 23 months. Hope you and your loved ones are safe, honey. Happy Tuesday. We are safe. We're okay. Doing pretty good. Kenji, good. Was 3D modeling. Oh, you're 3D modeling Vienna. Oh, I got a Twitter link you can send. Yeah, if you send it to Meta, one of my mods, they can absolutely share it. with me, and I can take a look at it. And Sir Silurion. Silurion? Thank you for the sub with Prime. Welcome on in. Well, Dorsoda, thank you for the posture check. Bloodass, thank you for the hydrate. And Game Luck, and thank you for the breathe. Let's do those real quick. Considering it's a study stream, it's technically a class. That's true. It is. It's technically a class because we're studying Ghibli's style. Sip. Oh, buddy, what do you do it up so early? I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule. It's kind of working. So far, it works okay. Thank you, Meta. Let's take a look. Oh, this looks great. Oh my gosh. Okay, I unfortunately cannot showcase all of this because it's a video, but I could take a little screenshot and show y'all what Kenji was working on because, oh my gosh, it looks great. Let me do this real quick. Snipping tool. The snipping tool. Get him out. Get out there. This looks great. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. Okay, let me put it up here. Wait a minute. I've seen it. That's funny. That's funny. Wonderful. Thank you for the resub. Happy 20 months. Welcome on back. Big Will. Hi, honey. I find it hard to make grand romantic gestures now because my first real girlfriend outside of high school. Not to get into too much detail, she basically killed romance for me. Oh no. I hope one day you can do the romantic gestures you would like to do. Let me open this up. Look at this. Oh wait, I gotta move over. Look at this. Look at it. It's so pretty. This looks so good. This is such a good 3D model. Oh my gosh. This looks incredible, Kenji. You got so many details there from Vienna. Oh my goodness. I love the galaxy inside the hair. Oh, that looks cool. Good job with the texturing. Yeah. This looks great. Very, very cool. Also, the gold reflection here, very, very nice. Very good stuff. Yeah, that's cool. Is this like a fan? Is this a fan model or is this a commission, sort of? It's like, this is... I like this. Thanks, once I have Vienna done, I'll love all of Boss Rush. Ah, gotcha. Hello, Zoran. How's it going? Zoran, look at this cosmic dragon. Kenji did this, this modeling of Vienna. This is fan? Yeah, it's a fan-made one. Extremely cool. Look at that. Oh my gosh, like... Also, great job with the leg markings. Oh, there's so many bits and details to this model. Oh, this is so cool. How... Out of curiosity, Kenji, how long did it take you to model this? And was it in, like, Blender, or did you use Vroid first? I'm trying to learn 3D modeling, so this is fascinating information to me. So pretty. Oh, do Blender from scratch? That's insane. That is so, so cool. Extremely skilled. That is amazing. Wonderful. Thank you for the gifted sub to Zoran. The wizard. I think it was Zoran that posted about it, but I learned that the Pondering the Orbs books now sell for a lot of money on eBay because of the meme, and that to me is extremely funny. It's extremely funny. Internet dichotomy. I don't stop by much, but this is hella cool. Yeah, this is not mine. This is Kenji just raided into us, and I'm seeing Kenji's work. Look at this. Oh, they did such a good job. It looks so cool. Made it in Blender. If it's staying in Blender a few weeks usually, though I've been going slow lately. Gotcha, a few weeks. I assume that, like, 3D modeling takes a long time because it's so complex. I forgot about this. Sorry, I'll just leave this in the background. When memes affect the economy, they do. They really do. Just look at every election the past 20 years. They really do. It's kind of frustrating in a certain way. Not gonna lie. We're at the mercy of memes sometimes, and that concerns me. But anyway. Not an artist, so I can't see the very small details, but damn, it does look good. Right? It looks great. Science Ball, thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you very, very much. Got a point at the fact the galaxy shift as the model spins. Yeah, so this is not the full, it's not the full thing. A video was shared with me. That's why there's a little bar at the bottom. So you're only seeing the front view. There's a full rotation to this. If you check out Kenji's Twitter, it's extremely cool. It looks great. Destin, thank you for the 100 shinies. Sending some popper shinies before I have to pretend I'm working again. Hope you have a good day, honey. Thank you, Destin. Don't get caught. I hope your work doesn't get you. I see none. Anyway, I figured now's a good time as any to start doing the art style study. Science Ball, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Thank you. Memes, the DNA of the soul. They surround us, penetrate us, bind all living things. Wait, wrong media. Yeah, I hope not. But yeah. That's Kenji's Twitter. Like, thank you, Meta. Did such a good job. What's your favorite Ghibli movie? Ooh, my favorite Ghibli movie. Let me turn on the music real quick. Off with my background music. On with my VOD music. There we go. Hopefully that's not too loud for y'all, because it's a bit loud for me. So I'm turning that down to scooch. There we go. It's just Kiki's delivery service. I love Kiki. Are you gonna let my phone charge? Yeah, take it easy, Banjo. Ooh, Porco Rosso, Howl's Moving Castle. Don't forget to hydrate and posture check. Yep. I think so. I rewatched Princess Mononoke the other day, and it inspired me to learn how Ghibli draws their characters. And so I wanted to grab a bunch of references, try my best to learn and study and see how their anatomy works, and see if I could draw some characters in that style. I wanted to see what I would draw myself in Ghibli style and what goblins might look like, because there's a bunch of different types of goblins. But if I were like a Ghibli main character, what would I look like, you know? Also, hello, Kai. Hope you're having a good time in Germany. Castle in the Sky, Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind. Ooh. I've watched Boy and the Heron. Honestly, I think I need to rewatch it again because I didn't really like it the first time I watched it, but maybe it's just because I didn't get it. Maybe that's possible. But my favorite is probably Kiki. It changes every once in a while because, like, I love Princess Mononoke. I love Kiki. I love Howl's Moving Castle. I think Up on Poppy Hill? No. Oh, The Cat Returns. That's a great one. The Cat Returns is a really good one. But I think Whispers of the Heart is probably the one that I watched the most when I was a kid. Because my siblings and I, we really liked it. And it was so, so good. Actually, no, I probably watched Spirited Away the most. Spirited Away is the one I probably watched the most. But Whispers of the Heart is the one that my siblings and I watched the most together. We really liked it for some reason. I've never watched Grave of the Fireflies Myth. I'm not ready to cry yet, so I have not watched it. Honey, we all know you need to learn how to draw food Ghibli style. Also, my studies, one of my teachers made us learn to make Ghibli's backgrounds. It was pretty cool. I was pretty good at it. Ghibli backgrounds are astoundingly gorgeous, so that is a good skill to learn. Meta still haven't watched a lot of Ghibli movies. Wind Rises is my favorite, though. Wind Rises is alright, yeah. Wind Rises is such an interesting one. It is not one that I'd recommend to people who have never watched Ghibli. I'd probably recommend to them maybe Kiki's Delivery Service. Howl's is really good. Spirited Away is another really, really good one. Spirited Away is probably one that I would recommend as well as Kiki, because it just shows the variety of magic in Ghibli. Ghibli food is beautiful and I love it. But so often I'm frustrated with people who look at Ghibli movies and go like, oh yes, I want a Ghibli aesthetic. I want the softness, the niceness. I want to live in this world of pure good. But they forget the plot, which is like the majority of Ghibli movies are violent and have wars going on. And it's about the hardships characters go through. That is what makes the softness all the more prominent, or it makes it stand out more. It's because there is harshness in the world, but the softness of food and the comfort that it brings is really, really strong. It's like, yeah, y'all think of, let's say, Howl's Moving Castle. Cows for eating things, the bacon and eggs. Y'all forget there's an actual war going on. Like, there's a war going on in the background, and the characters are actively trying to not get caught in it. And then they do, and then it's very violent, and there's a bunch of bombs flying everywhere. Like, there's a lot. There's a lot. Porco Rosso is about guilt, and most people miss it. Yep. Porco Rosso is... Like, he literally talks about, like, I'd rather be a pig than a fascist. And I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, they are set in times of war, and a lot of the characters are trying to escape that. But they are still affected by it, you know? Man, I forgot about that. Yeah, it's such an iconic line, honestly. Kiki's about the danger of turning your passion into your job and the burnout. Yes. Kiki... That is part of the reason I love Kiki. First off, I loved witches ever since I was a kid. Wanted to be a witch. My retirement plan when I was a kid was I want to be a witch in a bog. That was it. But watching it again, as soon as I went into art school, I watched it again, and I was like, this really is just a metaphor for art. Like, specifically, it's a metaphor for turning your passions into, or hobbies into work. But it resonates so strongly as an artist that it is insane. It is someone with a dream leaves their hometown, goes to a bigger town to improve their skills, doesn't quite fit in, can't find their place, finally finds a way to monetize their passion and survive, but then it becomes work. It's not something you do for fun as much as you do for survival. And so you associate what you need to survive with art, and it can be frustrating and it leads to burnout, and it's how you get it back. And it is really, really cool. We literally have an artist in the movie that's dealing with burnout. Yep. We have an artist in the movie who's tired and trying to take care of herself. I don't think she's burnt out. I think she's literally just trying to vibe and be like, yeah, I know that if I don't take this break, I'm gonna burn out. She literally talks to Kiki about, like, well, whenever I have a hard time with art, I don't try to force it back. It'll come back. I don't try to push myself. I do something different. Rest. Main character Princess Mononoke literally decapitates a dude with an arrow near the top. Yeah, he decapitates a bunch of dudes and shoots his arms off. And there's scenes of samurai killing farmers, like, graphically cutting off their heads and limbs and stabbing them. Like, and it's not shot as anything bloody, violent, or gory or point of view. It is, you see it happening, which is almost more horrific because that is how you'd probably see it as a bystander. It's yeah, there's a lot of messed up things in Ghibli films. And people so often boil Ghibli down to the soft ooh-ness of it. It's like, no, both are important. Like, hi, it's Spell. Thank you for the 200 shinies. Thank you very much. The 300 shiny. Dang. Thank you. I don't literally have an artist to burnout. I don't know the title in English, but have you seen the one about the Tanuki War? Yes, it's Pompoko, I think it was. I've seen that one. Not gonna lie, the movie felt like it was 3 hours. It was kind of boring, which is a shame because it's a fun concept, but it's kind of boring. And that's just my opinion, you know. Even the Ghibli Museum in Japan shows these messages. Yep. Absolutely. So, today I figured, let's study some Ghibli art. I grabbed a bunch of different pieces of reference, and this, I think, is really cool because it can show such diverse characters and styles. Like, this is the same character. These two, they are the same character, but they look different. Like, these are different screenshots, I think, from the movie. It's neat. They read as the same character, but they are drawn a little bit differently. So that is going to be good and bad while I'm learning from the style. Because it's good. It means that there is a lot of wiggle room in terms of matching the style. But it also means that I have to study a lot of different frames to really get what does and does not fit within the Ghibli art style. I think the Whisper of the Heart main character doesn't know what she wanted due to having fear of failing. Yep. The coloring is different too, but that is just because it's a different environment. This is her outside by a river. This is her within a forest. Like, the lighting is different. The colors change depending on the light. They're not always consistent. It's a color theory thing, which is really cool. Look at model sheets? Yeah. Model sheets too are really important. I'm not going to look at too many model sheets. I'm mostly going to focus on the animated stuff. So let's move this over. Let's move this down here. I love this background. Something about the colors are so vibrant and soft, but they're not washed out or toned back. Their color is actually pushed further and made to pop even more. Hi, Trapmaster. I think it's because they truly let their characters manifest outwards in this way. But it kind of reminds me of that one animation you did with the laying in the field. Yeah. I was planning on using that, and I was using Kiki as a reference, but I ran out of time, and the inspiration and the drive for that particular piece died when I realized I had to do color. I was like, I don't feel like doing color. So here we have a bunch of characters in different age groups. So if you look at them, so I would have to say these kids probably 5 to 8 years old. Chihiro probably around 12. Kiki also probably around 12, because when she turns 12, she's supposed to go on a witch journey. And then Princess Mononoke, she's probably in the 16-ish range. And then we got Howl and Sophie, which I think they're in the... Howl's probably in his early 20s. Sophie probably in her late teens, early 20s. So we got the different age faces. This freak, we're gonna look at him later, I guess. Maybe not this stream, but he's just there. Just staring. Looking at you. He's funny. He's a weird little guy. Thank you, Robert Patterson, for giving him such a good voice. Porco's 30 plus? Yeah. Porco is like a full adult in war. I was 27 in the book? Dang, I was mistaken. How old's Sophie then? That reminds me of that one animation. Field. Main character, but the difference is who she is from the start to the finish of the movie. Makes me feel she's not the same person. Here's the fun thing. With these particular pieces, how a character is drawn can change throughout the film. Specifically, if she is harsher and like more frightening, they sharpen her features. They make her eyes a little smaller and less doe-like. Oh, she's 18. Okay. Jeez. Hal is so much older than her. What the heck? Oh, that'll be weird. But like as the movie goes on, her features soften a little bit. Her eyes are a little bigger. Her eyelashes and shape of her eyes is rounder. And so it's really neat to see how it changes. Like if you look at, let me show y'all. I'm just looking at a reference. Here we go. All right, so here's an example of how a character design can change and be inconsistent throughout a movie. When I realized this makes a lot of sense. So, Mulan. This is a great example. Look at how she's drawn. If you look at it, you would go, oh, this is still the same character. But it's not quite the same. They have drawn her a bit differently here. Let me just do a little draw over. Grab the color. So if you look at Mulan here, This could be seen by seeing human hands deviation, but our chins are pointier in the right one. Yep. So this was an intentional thing. I looked at the art book for Mulan because I love the movie Mulan. Wrong pen. Come on. There we go. Turn the stabilization off. So if you look at it, Mulan's jaw is way more square when she's depicted as a man in the film, but it's smoother when it's feminine. Same thing with the eyes. The eyelash is more prominent here. The top lash is more prominent, even though usually, in my experience, masculine people tend to have, or I guess AMAB, tend to have longer eyelashes from birth. Studio Ghibli is a subsidiary that makes a surprising amount of live-action horror movies. Did not know that. That's kind of cool. Also no makeup. Well, here's the thing. The makeup is kind of there to trick you. It's to throw you off the scent a little bit. The other thing is, if you look at the head shape, it's a lot more prominent, the side of the head here, but it's smoother on this side. This is just for the hairstyle, so we can kind of overlook that. Here's another example. Let me find... Here we go. This is probably a better example. Here we go. This one. In this example, they are the same character, but they are drawn so much different. They're so different while still keeping the elements of the character the same. So if you look at this, see how rounded and unaccentuated the eyelashes are in the masculine one. They end about here. This one, they go further. Because this is Mulan after the movie. Like, post-makeup. No makeup. The brows, sharper. See how the height of the brow, so this part here, is sharper than this one. In fact, this one is almost hidden. It's smoother. The nose is bigger here. If you look at it, look at how big her nose is compared to in this picture. Her jawline, sharpened. There's a bit more of a chin here. It's so smooth here. It's reminiscent of Chinese paintings, where the faces are simplified so much. Mulan got oval-faced. Look at how round her face is. It is nearly a circle. I guess... I forgot what they called Mulan, but Mask Mulan has a more square face shape. Like, the jaw is sharper here, and so is the chin. You can see it. Typically, the ears are more visible. The ears are hidden here. There is also the fact that if you look at Mulan's face in the masculine versus the feminine one, there is more space between the lips and the jaw. The color of the lips also changes, because this is her without makeup. This is her at the end of the movie. Her lips are accentuated more. She is made a little bit paler depending on the scene, so that her features stand out a bit more. Different colors of red are there. There is a slight blush. I don't know if they kept that in the animated film. This is just like an observation from this picture. But yeah, there's also, like, for this one, there are eyelids. I don't know if they really keep that. But yeah, there's also the neck. The neck here is a little bit more pushed and accentuated. This one is a bit longer and a little more slender. There's a lot of minute details. Ping! Thank you, Sci-Fi Brony. Yeah, it's ping. There's a lot of small details to change a character from more masculine to more feminine in the traditional sense. Now, in real life, the gender binary does not always work for designs, so keep that in mind. But this is how they made Mulan look more masculine, but still read as Mulan. But yeah, it's most obvious in the nose for me, but like even the head shape changed. The main reason we know this is Mulan is because we follow her throughout the story, but also we don't really have anyone else that looks like Mulan. No one else is drawn like Mulan in this movie. Mulan got that testosterone. She got that testosterone to help her out. But yeah, like, so that's what I mean by a character design can change throughout the movie. It can be a lot of different things, and depending on which animator is drawing it, the design will change. It's not always consistent. So that's something I have to keep in mind while I'm studying it. as well as the style of every Ghibli movie is not always the same. Look at this one. Look at Chihiro. Chihiro looks so different. She has such a different face shape. Look at how high her nose is on her face. Look at how small her mouth is. She has so many lines on her eyes. As well as she has the little blushing cheeks almost constantly. Look at how tiny and high her nose is. Now look at Princess Mononoke. She has so much more of a prominent nose, like a bridge of her nose here, and it's lower on her face. She doesn't have the line underneath her eyes. In fact, Princess Mononoke has irises and pupils. Chihiro does not. Chihiro just has one full color. It's very, very fascinating. So Ghibli style is not a consistent thing that's always the same in every movie. And that is something I have to keep in mind for it to still read as a Ghibli movie, but not be drawn by Ghibli, if that makes sense. Yeah, Ghibli movies look like cousins. That's a great way to put it, Nintendo Sport. Kind of like how when you draw your brows, they're supposed to look like sisters, not like twins. Ghibli movies are not supposed to be one drawing. They're supposed to be cousins to each other. Like, the dragon also has an iris, too. Like, here, let me try to find another one. Let's see. It's very fascinating to see how they change from movie to movie. Like, even here. Kiki's face, her nose is still as high as Chihiro's. It's still really high up in the face. But she has a little bit more of a bridge here. Also, she's starting to get the line underneath. So if I'm not mistaken, Princess Mononoke came out before Kiki. I would have to guess Kiki came out in the 90s. Princess Mononoke was just before the 90s, I think. And this was... Chihiro's a 2000s baby, I'm pretty sure. I think it was like 2001? I did not watch it when it released. My mom showed it to me later. But yeah, these are all different eras of Ghibli, different points in time for their studio. So of course the style is going to change while still keeping the consistent elements so that people recognize it as Ghibli. It is very cool, and it does make the character design study a little bit trickier, but it also gives me a little bit more flexibility, you know? Elvis, thank you for the posture check. Could the changes in style be due to the different periods of time? So like similar styles done around the same time or different ones to be apart time-wise? Yeah. Do you think the style changes depend on the age of the characters? So the style change, I don't think affects the age of the character. There are ways to make a character look older or younger depending on the style. I think it's more of a question of when it was drawn. Because just like artists, when you begin drawing, your style will change from the beginning to the end. And all the stages in between are wild. Similar to a studio, similar to an artist, an individual artist, the studio will have the same thing. The studio will go through a beginning phase and get closer to an end phase. So if I wanted to get something closer to current day Ghibli, I would probably study Boy and the Heron. Boy and the Heron. But at the same time, that is not going to be... It's not going to work for everyone, you know? The style is constantly evolving, and sometimes it goes backwards and in sideways, it sidesteps directions. And that is okay. Like, look at this character. I remember liking this character. She's extremely cool. She's from Boy and the Heron. Oh, she's tiny here. That's fine. She's tiny, but look at this. I love her. I want a better picture of her. She deserves better. She deserves better than what I'm giving her right now. But she is so, so cool. Here we go. This is a great one. Characters are not one fits all. You know? One style does not fit everybody. Look at this character. She's so full of life and fun. Her face shape is so drastically different from main character girls from Ghibli. She stands out in my mind. She is also, like, probably in her 30s. You ever wake up in bed and the blanket's just so warm and cozy you don't want to get up? Because that's where I am right now. Nice. I had that this morning. I didn't want to get up. But, like, look at her. She if I did not know better and had not really studied how face shapes work, my brain would have gone, she's a lot more masculine. I would have thought this was a guy, but it's like, no. This is what I mean by, like, there is no one way to draw a masculine or feminine face. Feminine faces can have masculine features, just as masculine faces can have feminine features. It goes both ways. One does not make the other less feminine, you know? Or less masculine. It does not matter, right? But yeah, I love... This is probably she's my favorite character from Boy and the Heron. She is so, so cool. Look at her big laugh. Look at her gorgeous laugh. She's so full of life. I love her. Let me do the redeems real quick. Red Impact, thank you for the hydrate, ear wiggle, and Ilbus, thank you for the posture check. She could pull me. She could pull me so easily. Would not be hard. Would not be hard. Oh, good stretch. Miyazaki style is much more diverse with supporting characters than protagonists who look like cousins. Yes. Absolutely agree. Supporting characters look different than the main characters. The main characters tend to look the same. And that can be a little bit boring sometimes. So it's really cool to see when it varies. When you get characters like this. She's a supporting cast and she's so cool. I love it. Is it bad that I find her pretty? Not at all, Mr. Oddity. I think she's gorgeous. I think she's so, so cool. I love her very much. But yeah. It is not bad to find things pretty, you know? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and so is ugliness. I read a book a while back. Not all of it. But it was studying the art of ugliness. And it's a genuinely interesting read. Unfortunately, I did not get through all of it before I put the book back. But I think as an artist, as growing artists, something that is so, so important to do that a lot of art school and art people will not teach you is study ugly art. Study bad art. Because if you only study good art, you're not going to really grasp what makes good or bad art as quickly as if you study both, you know? And I'm gonna lurk and lay down for a bit, see if I can have more sleep. Yeah, get some sleep. You rest, Meta. I hope you get some good rest. Oh, thank you, Red Impact, for the ear wiggles. Also, Shadowking Guts, thank you for the resub. Happy 28 months, welcome back. Good to see the do's and don'ts. Exactly. If you only see the do's, you're not going to see the don'ts. And that is important to know. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so is ugliness, is such a fundamentally goblin thing to say. It's very true. If you see something as beautiful, that's great. Use it as inspiration. Allow it to make you feel good and happy and understand why. But also, look at ugliness and sort of see what makes it ugly. Study why something looks ugly to you. Is it that there are too many colors in his eyes? Is it that you can see the fleshy bumps and shininess of his nose inside of this mouth? Is it because of the bumps on the eyes? Is it because the feathers look like they'd be uncomfortable? Is it this little line here, the bone inside, you know? Is it the teeth? Is it the tongue? Is it the gums? Think about it. This is also from a Ghibli film. This is within Ghibli's style. Ghibli has a wonderful way of making ugly things attractive and very cool. There's appeal to them. And that's the important thing is ugly or pretty, you can have things with appeal. You can have the ugliest designed character with appeal. And someone will be confused and go like, well, he's ugly, but why do I enjoy watching him move on screen? You know? It's very cool. The bird is Bella's husband. Indeed. Indeed. But yeah, for the most part, we're going to be studying humanoids and breaking down character styles so I can probably draw characters like that. I do want to get into creature design at some point, because, like, look at these weirdos. What makes them fit into Ghibli's style? I don't know, but they do fit. It's something you'd have to study, and that's what we're going to do. Robin Williams is one of the ugliest men into Hollywood, but I love the guy to death. See, that's the thing. Some people do not find him attractive. And that's okay. Someone's value is not should not be based on how attractive I find them, you know? Take a white layer, so watch your eyes. It might burn for a second. I'm so sorry. Get in there. Oh, well. Oh, that's what happened. It worked. There we go. So let's do a quick breakdown. Ugly creature, great design. Exactly. I think there is something important to keep in mind when you see beautiful people or beautiful things, and you only start to see beautiful things. When you remove things from your sight that offend your sense of beauty, you are depriving yourself of real, natural beauty in the world, you know? If everything is only gorgeous, it might make your brain feel good. But then when that's taken away and you're thrust into the real world, you won't be able to see beauty in it. You have to find the beauty in ugliness and not try to take away the ugliness, but keep it in there and understand that is part of the beauty. You know? Let's see. All right, let's see. Breaking down the shapes. So the eye shapes seem to be pretty simple just from a profile glance. Something like this. I think I need to use thinner line art. This has to do with oxytocin somehow. It does have to do with your brain chemicals. So something that is tricky, that is one of the reasons I like to get off social media, is that everything on social media is meant to keep your attention. It's meant to train your brain to like being on there. And so how do you train the brain to like being on there? You show the audience beautiful things that will captivate them and horrifying things that will keep them engaged and angry. So that is why being on Twitter is so tiring for me. It's because amongst the beautiful artists that I was seeing, there was also the horrid things happening in the world. And granted, burying your hand in the sand is not the answer, you know? That is not the route you should take. I guess his head is like this. Only keeping beautiful things in your mind while pushing away the ugliness is not good. It looks like a Who from Whoville just with this face shape. But it's just, the way it was happening on Twitter was so frustrating. I wanted to see other artists' work. The good and the bad, you know? But it just kept throwing me rage bait that was frustrating. It makes you tired. So you're just looking at Twitter tired all the time. Hi Johnny, welcome in. And Corona Steingate, thank you for the resub. Happy 14 months. But yeah, it's sort of similar to one of the frustrating things I have with social media, where it's like people are so used to seeing influencers and people who look pretty and dress pretty and are just fortunately pretty and think that that's the norm. Like, no. That is not a good way of thinking. Thinking that only pretty people are online and worth your attention really is not a healthy mindset to have. I'd rather be tired than bored. So here's the interesting thing, Shadow King. I think you have to be bored. Wow, this is really intense music. Oh, this is the last song, that's why. But I think the fear of boredom is so dangerous that it, in lieu of letting yourself be bored and allowing your brain to rest and think of things it wants to do, it wants to be constantly entertained. You have to find a way to entertain yourself that is not necessarily related to consuming things. There must be an element of creation, whether that be cooking, going outside. It's creating an experience that is not just fed to you through a screen. Perhaps this is one of my boomer sort of beliefs. But that's why whenever y'all are in stream and y'all are like, oh, I'm so sorry I missed stream, I'm not upset. You're out and doing something with your life, and that should be encouraged and rewarded with like just good jobs. Sometimes people are like, sometimes a kid will go like, oh, mom, I did the dishes, and often the response will be like, oh, do you want a medal? It's like, no, but doing a good thing deserves praise. If my nephew, when he gets older, cleans the dishes and goes like, okay, auntie honey, I cleaned the dishes, I'll be like, good job, bud. That's all it takes. You may not be rewarded, you know, for your daily chore work with like a medal or anything, but it is something to be encouraged, because if there's no reward in it, if there's no confirmation that the thing they have done is good, then why would they want to do it? Sometimes parents are really upset because they're like, my kid doesn't do chores, and it's like, well, do you tell them they've done a good job? Do you give them positive reinforcement? Being a parent's hard, but being a kid, if you are not rewarded with just even acknowledgement of the work and effort you put into it, then yeah, your kid's not going to want to do it again. Your kid is just going to want to do the things that give them rewards. And unfortunately, if they don't get the rewards and praise and a reaffirmation from their parents, they're going to look elsewhere. And unfortunately for y'all, the internet is an actual thing that can give them positive reinforcement for the wrong things. It's absurd they can say that to a kid. Absolutely crazy. Wild to, like, your kid is doing something good and you're like, what do you want? Love and affection? Get out of here, kid. Do your chores. It's like, why would you do that? Who does that? You know? Boredom is powerful. I have done some wild but creative things I would never have otherwise done just out of sheer boredom. Yes. Boredom is your brain's way of resetting one's interest. Yes, absolutely. Sorry, someone asked a good question above and I don't want to miss it. I'm just reading the chat and making sure, because someone asked a good question. I went through it. There's a lot to learn from both deliberately ugly art with appeal and art that is accidentally ugly. Insert your least favorite 90s comic artist here. Also important to be able to recognize bad art advice. Yes, absolutely. Gabe Lecking. Keep the ugly in the world so you can appreciate the beauty. In other words, light cannot exist without shadow. And if you only keep the light, you're just constantly flashbang yourself. That's true. But at the same time, I think you have to learn how to like ugly things. Because if you only like pretty aesthetic things, you're only going to surround yourself with the same boring stuff. I have pieces of art that I really love and are gorgeous that inspire me. But there are also pieces that I find flawed, and I like the flaws in them. I like their ugly parts because it makes the piece more whole. And that is important. The problem I have with people going for sleek and pretty minimalistic aesthetics is that it utterly disregards what's comfy and natural shapes, textures, and materials. Yes. Modern houses, I don't like the way like Airbnb houses look. I like the old stuff. Perhaps that is also a boomer element to me, but like, I like architecture. I don't just like modern minimalist designs. Archer, always stimulating your brain is not a good thing. Sometimes you need to accept boredom as a break. We need boredom. If you are afraid of being bored and you constantly reach for your phone, that is a sign that you are afraid of yourself in some ways. You're afraid of what you will think of. You are afraid of what will happen when the outer voices and all the noise is quiet. You have to accept that you cannot always be entertained. One of my friends I was talking to said something very important to me, where it's just like, reading is something that is harder to do because it is a give and take. You give the book your attention, you give it your mental energy and read, and it gives you a story back. It's slow, a nice constant release of, I think it's dopamine or serotonin. Whereas things on your phone only give you things. They train your brain to constantly get dopamine without really any effort from you. So they give and give and give and give while you just take. But that way you're training yourself to not use your brain to give. It only will learn how to take. So your brain won't know how to give you, the person, dopamine and serotonin. It will only know how to take it. So you will be afraid of what happens when you don't get the dopamine. It's just something to think about. Which is why I'm very thankful that I am very obsessed with art, you know? Social media can be quite terrifying because it is a thief, but not in the way traditional thieves work. They do not rob you by taking things away. They rob you of things by giving you so much you forget how to use a skill. You know? They give you so much until you forget how to give yourself the thing, so you rely on it. But that might just be my opinion. Hate modern house design. They feel like soulless office buildings or sterile hospitals. Yep, they absolutely do. Look at how tiny this nose is and how high it is on her head. Cool. Hate the modern house design. Oh, I already read that. My bad. Esther. Like seeing beauty as only a visual thing. It's not. An old train station full of colorful trash made me sad, but also looked beautiful to me because the questions that came up were, who loved here? How did it get here? How character, vibe, speech, sounds, and sad stories and feelings in general can convey beauty too. Yeah. I once ended up in a massive empty room after a literary convention had ended and was being packed up. Giant, entirely empty room with nothing but very large pack of plastic cups, which I spent maybe an hour and a half stacking in different ways. That's great. That's a fun way to sort of take care of yourself while you're feeling bored, you know? The information speed with a book can be slow for us conditioned with YouTube Shorts. Yep. It is hard because you have to kind of uncondition yourself to read again. It's that quintessential devil that grants you every wish, laces all their words with honey, gives you everything you can ask for. Yep. There is... Someone said if they were to depict one of the each of the 7 deadly sins, they depict them differently. But gluttony and sloth, specifically sloth, you would think, oh, it's a devil that's bored and tired and just lazes about. No. Sloth is the soft, big titty goth GF that does all of your chores, tells you you don't have to work, provides for you, and makes sure that you are constantly fed and entertained. That is how you become slothful. The actual sloth demon, I guess, takes care of everything, makes it so you become slothful. You become complacent. You don't have to do anything. But as soon as she disappears, you will have been so trained to not know how to do anything. You will have lost the skills that you worked so hard to get, that have been put into you since you were a kid, you know? Things you have learned. If you don't have to do anything, what does your brain reward you for? You know? Eyes are up here. She's got such big cheeks. Man. I'll do anything for you to learn to do nothing. Yeah, kinda. When you put it like that, is sloth really bad? Yes. Absolutely. Sloth is bad. Because she is making you complacent. The sloth demon turns your brain to mush by making your skills rusty. So rusty that you forget to use them. And forget how they work. You forget how to access them. You know? All the other 7 deadly sins, I'd imagine, are very obvious, you know? Sloth is the one that is the friendliest, the gentlest. The one that you don't see coming. You don't understand why sloth is so bad. Because you think, oh, I rest. It's like, no, no, no. You disintegrate. The comfortable sin. In an extreme case, the sin of comfort is what sloth is. But comfort is not bad. We seek it, we create it for ourselves. That is fine. It is the complacency, the giving up, you know? The accepting that someone else will do the work for you until you lose the skill and the ability to do anything yourself. Look at the anatomy for this. So interesting. So Draco, thank you for the resub. Happy 39 months. Welcome on back. I'm thirsty. Johnny, thank you for the breather Dean. I feel like adding that the skills can be built up again should be stated too. You fully lost in that loss of skill. Yeah, you can build up the skills. But learning skills is a skill as well. It's tough. Do not lose the skills that you have. Continue to sharpen them as best as you can. Listening while laying down, don't mind me. Alright, Meta. Good thing I'm a stubborn bitch when it comes to art, because nobody can take that away from me. Exactly. I love to make art. It's fun. Very rewarding. It's slow. And it feels nice because I can feel my brain learning every time I do it. She's so handsome. She's so pretty. Oh, she's so cool. I love her. You know what you're saying, beautiful, ugly earlier? Dola from Castle in the Sky. Yep. Ugly character, great appeal. I don't even think she's that ugly. And then gluttony is cooking type, then it cooks for you nonstop. Nope, that is still sloth. Gluttony is constantly needing more. Never feeling satisfied, you know? And even when feeling satisfied, continuing to eat anyways. I'm big on fantasy creature art and designs that take inspiration from unusual species or give a sense of how the creatures move, not just how they look. So beauty in art is something I find to be a bit of a contentious topic, because designs I find appealing sometimes get comments from other people who dislike them because they're unsettled by it. Yep, I love unsettling designs. If they have appeal, lovely. Just look at how different the eye shapes are here. It's fascinating. Right now I'm just tracing the anatomy so that I can break it down in my mind. Greed wants and wants and wants and will never stop wanting. Greed and gluttony are kind of close in my mind, but there are kind of differences to it. Because in a way, I think greed can be good in small doses. All of the sins can be good in small doses. But greed is one that in trying to quash your greed, you sometimes fail to understand your wants and needs. By going, oh, that's too greedy. It's like, no, no, no. Understand your greed, make peace with it, and understand what it wants from you. Because sometimes your greed is not really greed. Sometimes your greed is your mind's way of saying, I'm missing something. There is something I need. And so finding out what that is important. Maybe a hot take, ugly creatures, but great designs. Yes. I love ugly creatures that are great designs. Does no face from Spirited Away fall under that? Depends. Remember, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I like No Face design. And to me, a difference between an ugly and a pretty design is not the same as a difference between a good and bad design. So I don't try to look at things whether it's beautiful or ugly. I just go, does it have appeal? Where greed crosses into personal needs, there's a gray area. You have to know yourself to take care of your needs. Greed may be, yeah, yeah, exactly, Jack. Sadly, my mind does not need a Damascus steel sword to buy. Oh, do I greed for it? Oh, well, that's a want. That's the thing. Knowing what you want is important, and it's hard. Also, Road Hunter, happy 9 months. Congrats on your stream, baby. And also, Dark Tiger, thank you for the hydrate. How would you describe lust? It's hard to describe lust. Lust is a very interesting one to me because you can lust for something and it doesn't necessarily need to be sexual. Like, to lust for someone, I think, is the sin, truly. And in a way, it is similar to greed. In my mind, anyways. It's close to greed in that it is, like, not the need to possess someone, but to have and to hold and to experience another person. But in an extreme and unhealthy sense. But in a way, I lust for art. In a way, art keeps me going. You know? Art is horny. Hello, baby. How's it going? How are you doing? Did your username change, or am I just misremembering it? Is there an extra E? Lust for power, lust for money, lust for anything that's powerful desire. Yeah. Art is horny. Exactly, Bloodass. Art is horny. So, hi, Zilia. Yes, we're talking about specifically the 7 deadly sins. And how sloth is dangerous. Sloth is a very dangerous one. If sloth is a big titty goth GF taking care of you, is lust wanting the big titty goth GF? So often lust is portrayed as, like, this sexy person who people would want to have sex with. But part of me wonders if that is a good depiction. Granted, a lot of people don't complain about a sexy demon being lust, but, like, that doesn't make lust terrifying. In a kind of messed up sense, think of lust, if you want to make a lust demon terrifying, design the lust demon as something terrifying, not as something sexual, but as, like, a horrifying disfigured monster, you know, or like an eldritch being that craves you. That is a more terrifying version of a lust demon. It is not the sexy woman that you want to have sex with. It is the terrifying creature that desires you in a way that is terrifying and you don't want. That is what makes a lust demon, I think, more terrifying to me. Like a yandere demon. Like a yandere demon that you don't find attractive. Something unimaginably beautiful. So here's the thing. If something is unimaginably beautiful and persuasive, that is kind of a lust demon, but that is not what makes it dangerous. Because you want to experience that lust. What makes it terrifying is that the demon is lusting for you, you know? You think wrath is holding in anger? No, wrath is violent and terrifying. And it's within everybody, you know? 7 Deadly Sins from Shazam were good physical depictions. I haven't seen those ones. Maybe I should watch some Ghibli movies and see if I can point out any goblin-like races. I don't know if there are any, honestly. What's the line between love, yearning, and lust? Interesting. In short, for me, the difference between love and yearning and lust is acting upon it. Loving and yearning someone. I can love and yearn for my friends. I can miss them and want to be with them. Lust is typically sexual, but it is also like active in my mind. It is actually acting upon those urges whether or not the person wants to, you know? Or is comfortable with you feeling that way. There's nothing wrong with yearning for someone, so long as, if they don't want it, you don't make it their problem. You cope with it and deal with it on your own. Or with a therapist. That is also a good idea. Lust is the pursuit of authentic intimacy, a true connection, but those things are not readily available. We pursue other things to fill that need and to take in for desire. Interesting. Myth, I think it's more interesting. Oh, one second. I gotta move this. Myth, I think it's more interesting to see a rat that doesn't get outwardly angry. Like they still act on their anger and rage, but they show no outward signs of being angry. Yeah, that's actually an interesting depiction of one. Maybe it's the silent anger that is the scary one. The one that is unpredictable and not shown, but the actions felt. You know? Head would actually extend back here. What's dangerous about a lust demon? Wait, who's lusting for me? I'm just eating peanut butter and crackers with laryngitis. Oh, Kaido, you good? Hi. Honey, you can't make me think of these things on a random Tuesday. We're getting philosophical on a Tuesday. Also, Dark Tiger. Cam, thank you for the... Can't remember if I did it. Alright, almost done with the head shapes. Alright, so let's look at these face shapes so far. Move them into place so it's easier to see them. They all kind of have different proportions, but they all read as Ghibli faces when I look at them like this. Let me scooch them over a bit more. There we go. Interesting. Okay. They're extremely simple, weirdly enough. They're very simple, but proportions-wise, they have some consistencies that I can use. So this is great. I wonder if I make the face more round. That's what makes the seven deadly sins so deadly, that we can easily get carried away by them. They remove us from our cognizance and rational thinking. They make you into a monster that only pursues the advancement of that sin. Will we see 7 deadly goblins in the future? Perhaps. Perhaps. But yeah, that's the interesting thing. The sins and the balance between them and how we interact with them is what makes us human. We can become monsters if we go too deeply into one or the others. But as a whole, we are people. And we experience them. Pride is probably someone fueling your ego. Maybe. I think pride, interestingly, if I were to depict it as a sin, is someone who is extremely insecure. Because if you think about it, pride, there's a difference between pride and confidence. Confidence is knowing who you are, knowing what you're capable of, and bringing that into the unknown, knowing that you might try something and fail and go, okay, that is all right. I am still me and I am still willing to keep trying things. Pride is different. Pride protects you from insecurities. It protects you from feeling, if you were to use it for an example, Pride as an artist would protect me from feeling insecure, feeling like my art is not worth it, feeling like I'm not good enough at it. In holding on to pride, if people tried to give me constructive criticism, if people tried to tell me my art wasn't good, told me these things, and I lashed out at them, that's my pride trying to protect me from feeling insecure. Pride is a protective mechanism in some ways, where it tells you, no, you're good enough. Everyone else is just awful, you know? What do they know? Why would they tell me to do this? I didn't ask for their help. Pride is very dangerous. Not in the way you think, but pride can protect you from feeling insecure. But it also can push people away and push you away from actually learning and becoming a fully realized person. In order to grow, especially as an artist, you have to accept that you must let your insecurities go. Experience them. And instead of going, this is going to hurt me, go, this is how I will get stronger. This is what I will learn. This is the direction I will go in. You know? Yeah, you're nailing it, honey. The proudest, most boastful people are the most insecure. Everyone knows a guy with a huge head and building skill ego made of sugar glass. Yep. People who brag about their accomplishments oftentimes have the most insecurities. Everyone has insecurities. I do. We all do. But how we react when people poke those insecurities tells more about our character than all of the accomplishments we have combined. You can have created amazing pieces of art. They can be showcased in galleries. They can make millions of dollars. But if you are insecure, no amount of money and accomplishment and praise will get rid of that insecurity. If you do not feel proud of yourself. Pride hides the fact that you are not proud of yourself. It is kind of paradoxical to have pride but not be proud of yourself. But they so often go together. It's fascinating. There's a reason they say pride cometh before the fall. Yep, I agree. I don't really have pride, but I can take pride in things that I feel like I did a good job. That's kind of it. Yeah. So you can be proud of your work. You can be proud of things you do. You can be proud of things that you have. There is a difference in having pride and being prideful. Not being prideful in itself isn't necessarily bad, but I think people get confidence and pride mixed up. Someone who is confident will be able to accept constructive criticism and people poking at their insecurities or even the things they're proud of, you know? Some people may say, "Oh, honey, your art style is not very good. Your coloring's weird. Like, your line art is so strange." And I'll go, "That's okay. I like it. I like my work. I worked hard to get here, and I'm going to continue growing. If you don't like it, that's okay. I like it." Fine line between pride and unearned arrogance. Yes. Unearned arrogance is the dangerous one. Arrogance truly is dangerous. Baby, thank you for the breathe redeem. Alright, so I've done a bit of a Ghibli head breakdown. I'm going to try to draw myself as I normally do and see how I can transform that into a Ghibli main character. I might try supporting cast proportions, but for now, let's try a Ghibli main character. Pride the feeling versus pride the sin. Like anxiety the feeling versus anxiety the mental thing. Which reminds me, I should take my meds. Yep, med check. Y'all better be taking your meds. So I have a kind of a wide head compared to a lot of Ghibli characters, but that's okay. We're gonna work with this. Find envy interesting. A healthy use of envy is inspiring and motivating yourself to acquire and achieve something. Like you wish you were as good as that artist, so you practice to get better. An unhealthy envy is wishing the downfall of others that you want. Like they don't deserve that, they should be knocked down a peg. Yeah, how I describe it is usually there's a difference between envy and jealousy. Envy or jealousy is, oh, this person has a thing. I want this too. Envy is, oh, this person has a thing. I want to have it while they don't. You know, I want this at the cost of their happiness. Jealousy is, I want this also. That's kind of how it goes in my mind. Both can have different levels of overlap, and sometimes they are one and the same to other people, depending on the situation, the context. But yeah, there's a lot of complexities with emotions. There's a lot of things to learn about yourself from them. When you are feeling insecure and embarrassed, that is when you can do the most learning about how you would like to react to a situation and who you are. It is so, so hard to look inward when all you can see is yourself inwardly. You don't see how you react outward. And so, sometimes the best thing you can do is when you feel hurt or when you feel embarrassed or insecure, see how you react. See where the feeling goes. Break it down. Talk to it as if it were a child and go, okay, why do you feel insecure? What's making you feel insecure? What would fix it? What would you like? What makes you happy? Why are you unhappy right now? Ask them gently. You wouldn't like grill a kid because they don't understand their feelings. No. It's an opportunity to break down how you're feeling and figure out what your wants and needs are in a safe way before it becomes an actual problem. You might want to look into Little Sister from Totoro. She's very goblin-y. She is. She really is. So I tend to draw my face like this. Mm-hmm. Big ol' eyebrows. Honestly, my style is not too far off proportion-wise, just a little more gremlin-y. Big ol' eyebrows. David, thank you for the breather team. I can't remember if I did it. And hey, Zero, thank you for the 500 shinies. For fostering a place where a chill chat can chat about such philosophy. I love philosophy. It's fun to talk about. Auto-reflection is super powerful. This is the best advice, honey. Oh, thank you. Homer Simpson. I'm not jealous. I'm envious. Jealousy is when you worry someone will take what you have. Envy is wanting what someone else has. Lisa. Yep, you're right. Sweetie Anya. Someone in the LGBT community. I have an interesting relationship with pride. We all have a whole month dedicated to it after all, but the reason we must is because society at large, especially the ignorant and bigoted, want us to be ashamed, and having pride is how we combat that. Yep. Make fun of them in good faith? Mayhaps. But grill them? No. Here's the thing. It is tough sometimes. But when a kid is experiencing a rough time, making them laugh is important, but poking fun at them while they're being vulnerable can lead to more problems. So, gotta be really careful. When other people are crying, you gotta make them laugh by either making fun of yourself, making yourself the butt of the joke. That is a safe move. Or by making them laugh at something else that is not themselves. You know? Sometimes it's fine. But a child may not have the emotional intelligence to know that it's a joke. And that can be where it gets tricky. Whenever I see your model, I'm always blown away by how expressive it is compared to some other VTubers. Thank you. Thank you. I worked hard on it. RSCs just whip out their phones to record. Not always. Thankfully, I see how my sibling raises my nephew. And I'm very fortunate that they really wanted to keep him away from screens as much as possible. They watch movies with him sometimes, but for the most part, since he's a baby, he doesn't really understand them. So a lot of the stuff they do with him is interactive. I'm really glad that my siblings understand that too much tech is not good for them. I take a little sip. Well, I think it's because I just woke up, but my throat's a little bit tender right now, so we can take it easy. Didn't realize I'd been yapping so much, you know? Hmm. This is not quite how I draw myself. Maybe my brain is still warming up. Let's use my usual pen. That might help. Yeah. I like my usual pen way more. Let's see. How would I make this more Ghibli? I think of like the old ladies in Ghibli. Smaller eyes, smaller nose? Maybe, yeah. I would probably have to do smaller eyes and nose either way. Hmm. Something like this, maybe? Big ol' eyebrows. Still. I probably designed myself kind of like a Ghibli side character more than a Ghibli main character. Hmm. If lust is overly comforting, you don't have to do anything. Would you say pride is overly supportive? I don't think lust is overly comforting. I think lust is actually terrifying. Sloth is overly comforting, for sure. My best naps in the middle of the day come from watching art VODs and catching streams right in my recliner. I'm glad you're enjoying the VODs, Zindale. Lenora, thank you for the earwiggles. Thing is, what kind of side character do you think you'd want? Ooh, what kind of side character do I think I'd be? I wonder if I would be like a side character that sort of... Hmm. Maybe like just a shopkeeper in a Ghibli movie. Most likely. Just a little guy. Having a good time, drawing, doing art. Maybe occasionally selling something. Like some food. This does look like a Ghibli character, but it doesn't look like me. So now we're getting to the point where it's like, okay, how far do we lean into this? Looks more like Mamoru Hosoda at the moment. I don't know them. This is not a bad place to start, so we'll start here. And then we'll go into how I can correct it. Let's do that. So how can I push this? I think the eyes have to be smaller, actually. So let's adjust the eye shapes. Yeah, something like this. Maybe a more neutral face to start off with. Main character stumbles into a large Japanese-style kitchen, and you just see the top of Honey's head and ears bopping around. Occasionally, a pair of hands slip in some pans prepping food. She gets a stepladder and chops vegetables with precision. The Ghibli lo-fi animations. Drawing with her eyes closed, truly a master of the arts. I'm thinking, I'm visualizing, I'm thinking about it. Where is it going? Sorry, I'm biting my lip right now. My lips are dry. Uh. Hmm. Uh. I think jaw shape is a big part of Ghibli style. You see new directors who got their first gig outside of Ghibli, and you look at their jawline and go, yep, they worked on Ghibli films. But then there's like Chihiro, who throws out almost all the usual rules. Yep. Chihiro's face. She's cool. There's a lot of diversity. You didn't think that. You wouldn't think so. But there's a lot of different ways to do this. You know what? I want to listen to Merry-Go-Round of Life. I'm telling you, petroleum jelly, great for dry lips in the night. Might be a good idea, honestly. They're getting quite chapped. My sheening. Alright, one sec. Oh, it's a shame I can feel my throat getting tired. We've been talking so good. Want to save? Yeah. Good idea, Johnny. Interestingly, I should probably study more masculine faces for the eyes. I feel like my eyes wouldn't quite be as soft as the other Ghibli characters. Like the specifically Ghibli main femme leads. Even the Ghibli leads. Hi, pirate artisans. Why did you end up choosing a goblin for your model name and avatar? It was a character I had that was kind of not really in use, so it was this and a candle design that wasn't quite coming out the way I wanted to. Also, I couldn't animate fire in Live D at that point, so I was like, goblin could be fun. I like playing D&D, so goblin characters are nice. Johnny, thanks for the hydrate. And Big Will, thanks for the posture check. Been more rewatching Amazing Digital Circus and going on deep dives about the series, and I see a lot of baby honey and Pomni. A lot of nervous energy. Yeah, that makes. I can see that in myself, honestly. Thing is, I'm not biting my lip to be seductive. I'm doing it to stim. Yeah. If I don't wear it, my lips crack like an egg Fortnite diving out the back truck. They dropping. I wonder. Yeah, you could probably drop an egg from not very high. The Pomni and honey brings out the Jax in me. Yep, I can see that. I can see that, dingus. Dingus do got Jack vibes sometimes when messing around with his friends. Back segment is easy and does a lot of damage. You're so real for that, Diggy. You're so real for that. I'm just looking at these and referencing. This is so close. Miyazaki didn't draw no long ears? Nah, he did not. But that's okay. Love Howl's Moving Castle? Yeah. Howl's Moving Castle soundtrack is very good. What does it look? She's laughing again. There we go. Interesting. Okay. See all of it. There we go. That eye looks. This eye looks good. McBob, thank you for the resub. Happy 43 months. think it's got to dip for a bit. Got to prep for mentally for an interview soon. If I don't see you again after it ends, hope you have a lovely day. You take it easy, dingus. I hope the interview goes well. Good luck. You got this. You're charming as heck. I can see I can see you doing well. You take it easy, all right? Also, McBoat, thank you for this gifted sub to Squiggles. Goes Lily over here wanting merry-go-round of life to be what I walk down the aisle to. It's too pretty. It's so gorgeous. It's so, so good. I think it's a lovely song. Great wedding song, honestly. Excuse me, I got hiccups. Oh, shoot. Oh, this face shape is hard to do. Oh gosh. Very tasteful choice for wedding music? I think so. You ever try any 3D art? I've been trying to learn Blender recently. It's slow going considering I have regular art to do, like 2D art. But it is something that I want to pursue. I think it's lovely. So off model from what I'm used to. My brain doesn't really know fully how to do it yet. I think this is Spirited Away. I think looks a bit closer. There's a time where an old Tsunami blog would show Spirited Away every weekend, and I got sick of it. Don't think I ever got over it. That's fair. It's very good. Thought I made the best grimace? Yeah, I was thinking. That was my thinking face. Hi, Nook Hunter. Using Blender for 10 years now. I was working on a 3D version of my 2D model. I've been using some of your art for inspiration. Let's go! I'm trying to do a 3D version of my model too. It's tricky. It's difficult, but I'm gonna learn. The first version might not be amazing, but that is okay. Can't be perfect. Just gotta get it done. And then I'll get better the more I do it. That's not too bad. Welcome back, man. Myth must be off for a bit, but I'll try to be back sometime. In the meantime, y'all take care, have fun, and behave here. Take it easy, Myth. We'll see you soon, okay? Pencil Doodle, gonna try my hand digital soonish. Ooh, good luck, Green King. You're about to enter a fun world. It can also be very frustrating, so just be aware. Okay, that's not bad. Alright, getting closer there. Also, hello, Bendel! Thank you for the resub. Happy 4 months! I'm trying to draw myself in Ghibli style. And it's tricky because my style is so different. I'm so used to a more rendered style that it's taking some practice. But I'm getting there. Also, if y'all like short stacks, do check out Bandelbro's art. Bandel does great art. Thinking of the Totoro music. Oh yes, Bandel is 18 plus on Twitter. Just heads up. No worries, Green King. I hope you have fun. I'm gonna try a downward perspective. I'm like, this maybe. Looking so cute. When is Miyazaki making a Goblin movie? I've waited long enough. He's coming out of retirement. Maybe this time. Maybe this time. It could happen. Midnight House, thanks for the breather, D. This song is so Gundam style. It's Totoro. From, Totoro. My neighbor Totoro. This song reminds me of the old Dragon Ball Z intro. Really? I don't think Miyazaki knows how to rest. Straight up, I don't think he knows what the word retirement means. He just keeps using it. I do not think you know what that word means. Personally, I love the way you draw noses now. Yeah, I like it too. I do like my noses. Little nosy wosies. Princess Bride has so many good moments. Just gotta make sure it doesn't slip into my personal style. I'm trying to keep this fairly Ghibli-esque. Yeah, thank you for the gifted sub. Still Ghibli-esque, the eyes and expressions. A lot of the expressions are looking Ghibli-esque. Up, I think. Was that any mistake? A meme? I think it was a meme. I don't think he actually said that. Angry. Miko Psycho, thank you for the sub with Prime. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a lovely Tuesday. What he actually said was something about the animators referencing anime instead of real people, and so the industry is full of otaku. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Also, Cam, thank you for the 100 shinies. Remember, chat, let's remember Honey. She is cute and can't deny Honey is very cute small goblin. Also, did you see the 14 cinematic Welcome to Noxus? I still haven't. Every time I end stream, I'm like, I could watch this. And then my brain goes, but instead, you could do art or eat some food or do something else. And I'm like, please, please focus. Please focus. And no, so before the Nausicaa manga is really good. I haven't read the manga. I've watched the movie. And I have the art book for it. This is looking good. I like this one. Pouty and angry at the same time. No hype train? No, we're chilling right now. We're taking it easy. I'm stretching. What? A giblin. Perhaps it's a giblin. Oh wait, no, that's a different song. The face looks good, but the hair's looking off. It's adding a weird shape to it. Honey, it's 2 brain cells of different sizes. Brain cell 1, I should get food. Maybe watch this thing I've been missing to. Brain cell 2, art. Only art. Here's the downside. I woke up early because I was trying to fix my sleep schedule, and now I can feel my brain crashing. My brain's like, rest. Sleepy time. But different seeing the Ghibli-esque style face on the goblin head, but I really like it. Yeah, it's a practice thing. It's taking a bit. Honey, do love art. I do. I really do. But I think it's interesting when you draw yourself. You always make your bangs go down to your nose, but in the model it doesn't. Why is that? Because it depends. If I lean forward, my hair will go further down my face. But if I'm up, it should go a little bit up. It's kind of a physics thing. So if she's looking down, the hair will go down the face. Looking up, the hair will go up the face. And midpoint, middle of the face. Crazy. You're like you're watching 6 Ghibli movies at the same time, and I wouldn't blame anyone for taking them slow. A lot of Ghibli movies. And they're so good. But I wouldn't recommend watching them all in one sitting. I would recommend absorbing them, because honestly, taking your time with them is so, so nice. The more I look at it, the more certain I am I've seen my niece make this exact face. Yeah. Pretty sure I've made this face when I was a kid. Even now I can make this face. Honey is the main character in a Ghibli movie, an underground artist striving to make it in a land where art has been outlawed. That could be a neat one. I think I would probably do something kind of a bit more like Freeren. Not with the like overpowered magic, but just the existing in a forest and interacting with people and learning to... I think one thing is like artists sometimes forget that you need to interact with the other world to get ideas. You need to leave your art hobbit hole in order to get ideas and inspiration. You can't just lock yourself up in one location. You have to go in a bunch of different places and absorb things in order to make art. It doesn't just come from nowhere. The easy word for it is inspiration. Going outside to get inspiration. But really, it's not as much inspiration as it is learning. You're learning from life. You're learning how to include certain things in your work so that it reads stronger, that it sticks out more. The more you think about these things, the better it is for you to get outside and learn. Alright, not bad, not bad. We're getting somewhere, okay. Let's try this sort of angle here. I'm having a similar problem. I had breakfast much earlier than I'm used to, and now I'm hungry again. I'll get sleepy. Like Ira says, it's important to draw wisdom from multiple places. Sticking to only one or few causes stagnation. Yep. But I know you do have magic, you just don't know that your art is a source of magic. You want to feel that you're full, you should eat fruits? Fruits don't usually make me feel full, though. Usually when I want to feel full, I have, like, cheese and meat. Lots of vegetables. They're hearty. A lot of lentils. I guess peas, actually. Protein. A quick break from the Ghibli music. Because the Ghibli music is so calm that I want something that'll wake me up, you know? Wake me up inside. Have a good look, Scotty. Excuse me. Ooh. Why did Backstreet Boys come to mind? I have hiccups. No, I have hiccups. Ah. Thanks for the posture check, Leon. Oh. Just kidding, male enemy. Yes! Surround yourself, you're not a fish. But I'm not a fish. Maybe it did work by and large. Alright, save. Plutôt qu'être sûr, mieux vaut être accompagné. Tu sais ce qu'on dit. Mais aussi. Encore plus près tes adversaires, mais ma meilleure ennemie, c'est toi. Oui, moi. Le pire, c'est toi et moi. Blech. Deep voice. Noni, thanks for the hydrate. Probably stream for another 30-ish minutes, and then we'll call it. Just because I can feel my throat getting tired. And I should probably go grab some food. Quand il se cache, juste là, dans l'espace, c'est que l'émotion, la haine, ou la douceur. Oh, j'entends ton prêt. Je t'avais dit, ne regarde pas en arrière. Le passé qui te suit, de faire la guerre. Fun fact, Miyazaki tells people not to watch his movies frequently because he says his movies should not be used as an escapism. It should be a once-in-a-while experience. Yep. You don't want to get stuck in escapism. You want to make sure that you are living in the real world. And you can dream of a bigger future and a better one. But don't get stuck in the fantasy. Bugbear, I think I'm going to go into town, get that banjo, and maybe get something to eat if I have time for my doctor's appointment. Wish me luck on my quest to fix my medication situation and perhaps enjoy a true little treat. Have fun, Plugbear! You have a good one, alright? Yeah, get yourself something nice and chill. Take it easy. Ledgman, thank you for the resub. Happy 32 months. I've been well, hard to believe it's been almost 3 years. Oh my gosh, it has been. That's insane. It's a banjo. A banjo can be a little treat. Meta. Funny enough, I was watching someone else do art and they said that don't use black in their line art because it draws so much attention to it and that it should not be the focus of the piece. Yep. You can absolutely use black. There's nothing wrong with it. But if an artist says they don't like using black, they sometimes have a reason for that. Sometimes black draws way too much attention, which is why in my model meta, you'll notice the only parts that are black are the eyelashes and the pupils. The rest is colored line art. The green on the ears, green line art. Hair, brown line art. Clothes, gold and pink. It's to make sure it's not overwhelming. Put my mind on a daily basis, honey. Thank you. How'd you learn the French you know? That was pretty good pronunciation. Thank you. I've actually been learning French since I was a kid. So, fortunately, I've been learning it since I was, like, very young. And I went to school for it. At one point, I was actually planning on becoming a French teacher. Because I like speaking French. And so, whenever I get the opportunity, I try to practice it as best I can. Because if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. But yeah. I'm very fortunate. My high school teacher was Parisian, so she gave some really good pronunciations, good pronunciation habits. This world is a wasteland. Don't let me go. Oh, 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 oh. Because I speak Québécois. Le Québécois. They speak with a different accent for sure. But I haven't been able to describe it because I'm not a native French speaker. But I've heard it's like the equivalent of a country accent. But I don't know. Full French language stream one. I would like to do that actually. I would like to do that at some point where I speak only in French. But it might make the conversation a little hard to mod for the mods. Whereas that's where my concern will be, you know? Ironically enough, my French teacher was actually from France. Oh, dang! Cool. Must have gave you some very good French advice. Yeah, why not? I'll adapt. I think you can probably adapt pretty quick, Johnny. I don't expect a lot of people to be able to speak French if I do a French-speaking stream, but that's okay. Could just be like a kind of the equivalent of ASMR. Enfin, je saurai où je vais. Maman dit que lorsqu'on cherche bien, on finit toujours par trouver. On dit qu'il n'est jamais très loin. Il prendra souvent travailler. Maman dit travailler c'est bien, bien mieux qu'être mal accompagné. Pas vrai? Me sitting there not understanding a single thing. Fair. Fair. Nothing wrong with that. C'est ce qui ne va pas. Ah sacré papa. Dis-moi où es-tu caché? Ça doit faire moi 1000 fois que j'ai oups, compter, not bouffé. Où t'es, où papa, où t'es? Où t'es, papa, où t'es? Où t'es, papa, où t'es? Où t'es, où t'es, où papa, où t'es? Où t'es, 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 où t'es, où papa, où t'es? The French mode's good to know, Iblis. The only French I know is with Dexter's Laboratory taught me. Omelette du fromage. Yeah, I like the song. It's very good. On y croira pas, un jour on y croira plus. Un jour ou l'autre seront tous papas, d'un jour à l'autre on aura disparu. Serons-nous détestables? Serons-nous admirables? Des géniteurs ou des génies? Dites-nous qui donne nos choses responsables? Quand tout le monde sait comment on fait. His voice goes so much lower than I can do. Monsieur, j'ai tout honoré hérité, c'est ça pour utiliser son coup, ce cas. Dis-nous où t'es caché, ça doit faire moi 1000 fois qu'on a bouffé nos doigts. Eh? Où t'es, papa, où t'es? Où t'es, papa, où t'es? Où t'es, papa, où t'es? Où t'es, où t'es, où papa, où t'es? Où t'es, 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 où t'es, où papa, où t'es? Here, Papa and here, Tiny speaking French is too cute. Oh. I mean, one of my New Year's resolutions is to get back into French. Oh, that's great. Oh yeah, Farah, this song is so sad and so nice at the same time. It's so good. Où est ton papa? Dis-moi où est ton papa? Sans même devoir lui parler, c'est ce qui ne va pas. Ah sacré papa, dis-moi où es-tu caché? Ça doit faire moi 1000 fois que j'ai compté mes doigts. Eh, où est ton papa? Oh dis-moi où est ton papa? Sans même devoir lui parler, c'est ce qui ne va pas. Ah sacré papa, dis-moi où es-tu caché? Ça doit faire moi 1000 fois que j'ai compté mes doigts. Eh, où t'es papa, où t'es? Où t'es papa, où t'es? Où t'es papa, où t'es? Où t'es, où t'es, où papa, où t'es? Où t'es papa, où t'es? Où t'es papa, où t'es? Où t'es papa, où t'es? Où t'es, où t'es, où papa, où t'es? Also, if you know the past of Stromae. Oh, I don't know the past of Stromae. Oh gosh. Does this song hit hard to home for him? Wish I understood more French so I could know what you're singing. The song is called it's by Stromae. It's called Papaute. Very good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tous les mêmes. Had an art teacher in middle school that showed Studio Ghibli movies in class. Oh, dang, that's a cool art teacher. They are good movies, so I can see why they'd show them. Non, les hommes sont tous les mêmes. Macho Mechi, Martin est infidèle. Si prévisible, non, je ne suis pas certaine que tu mérites, ça met la chance que vous aime. Dis-moi merci, rendez-vous, rendez-vous, rendez-vous au prochain règlement. Rendez-vous, rendez-vous, rendez-vous sûrement aux prochaines règles. Turn this one up? Yeah, for sure. Cette fois, c'était la dernière. Oh, tu peux croire que c'est qu'une crise, ma toute dernière fois, mon derrière. Il est à côté de mes valises, tu diras au revoir à ta mère. Al qui t'idéalise, tu ne veux même pas tout ce que tu fais. Avec une autre, ce serait pire. Toi, tu aussi, vous finir maintenant. Des mondes avant le verre, moi je le dis bien tout le... That part's hard to sing. Rendez-vous, rendez-vous, rendez-vous au prochain règlement. Rendez-vous, rendez-vous, rendez-vous sûrement au prochain règle. Oh no, Carve. They showed you Grave of the Fireflies? At 12? Homie, I'm an adult and I haven't seen that yet. I know it's sad. C'est-à-dire, je suis non. Que j'aime trop les blablabla, mais non, 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 c'est important. La télé, tu sais, la vie des deux enfants. Comme toujours, c'est pas le bon moment. Ah oui, pour les faire, là, tu es présent. Et pour les élever, il y aura des absents. Lorsque je serai plus belle. Tu n'as naturel. Arrête, je sais que tu mens. Il n'y a que Kate qui est éternel. Mon chou belle, bête ou belle, belle ou moi ou elle. Rendez-vous, rendez-vous, rendez-vous au prochain règlement. Rendez-vous, rendez-vous, rendez-vous sûrement aux prochaines règles. This is animated. It must be for children. Is a mistake made by many humans. Oh, absolutely made by a lot of people. It's too common of a mistake, honestly. Oh, my throat is sore. Tous les mêmes, tous les mêmes, tous les mêmes, il y en a marre. Tous les mêmes, tous les mêmes, tous les mêmes, il y en a marre. Tous les mêmes, tous les mêmes, tous les mêmes, il y en a marre. Tous les mêmes, tous les mêmes, tous les mêmes. I think this one looks a little too human for me, but it's a good exercise. I think maybe changing the proportions of the eyes might help. Tiny Goblin in the art category. Sometimes Switch recommendations are worth clicking on. Did you rig your own models while I was drawing it? Yeah, Art. I did. Design, drew, and rigged it all myself. Wait a minute. Pamplemousse. Psychic Dua Lipa. Okay. That was lovely. The hydrate redeem isn't working. Oh. It might be on a timer. Also, Snowy, thank you for the ear wiggles. I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary. If you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe that anything could stop me, don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't start caring about me now. Aren't you the guy who tried to hurt me with the word goodbye? Though it took some time to survive you, I'm better on the other side. I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not where you left me at all. Oh, if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe that anything could stop me, don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't start caring about me now. Such a good singer. Thank you. Thank you, Puri. You have a beautiful singing voice. Thank you very much. It's a little sore right now, so it's not as strong as usual. I want to try another front view. I haven't tried that yet. I've tried mostly profiles, so. Don't come out. Don't start caring about me now. Rock away. You know how. Don't start caring about me now. Okay, yeah, I'm waking up now that I'm singing something that's not Ghibli music. PJ, hello! Happy 6 months. Yippee, hi, man. My child. Welcome in, PJ. I hope you're doing good. Having fun doing art. I saw you, I think you're drawing yourself as a Fortnite character? Or was it Valorant? It was pretty cool. PJ does art, by the way, if y'all like other art streamers. I rigged PJ's model. PJ cut and designed it. And they do art. They do animating, regular art. They play Fortnite, as far as I recall. But yeah, good time over there. Don't start caring about me now. I want to listen to more Dua Lipa. That's your voice being sore? You're matching a tone and timbre are impressive. Thank you. A lot of practice, I guess. Dua Lipa is very fun. My siblings said that I remind them of Dua Lipa, which is such an interesting thing to say. But like, I guess she is mostly in my register, so that makes sense. Where's for the lyric video for this? Barbie. A Barbie, Barbie, Barbie. Baby, you can find me under the light. Diamonds under my eyes. Turn the rhythm up, don't you wanna just come along for the ride? Oh, my outfit's so tight, you can see my heartbeat tonight. I could take the heat, baby, best believe that's the moment I shine. How long would you say it took you to learn French? I don't know, because I've been learning it since I was a kid. So maybe 3 years? But that was as a child learning basic French, you know? So different for adults. Dance the night away. I could be burning, but you won't see it on my face. So watch me dance, dance the night away. I still keep the party running, not one hair out of place. Lately, I've been moving close to the edge. Still be looking my best. This mouth look? That's pretty good. Every romance shakes and it bends, don't give a damn. When the night's here, I don't do tears, baby, no chance. I could dance, I could dance, I could dance. Watch me dance the night away. My heart could be burning, but you won't see it on my face. Watch me dance, dance the night away. I'll keep the party running, not one hair out of place. When my heart breaks, when the world shakes, I don't play it safe. Don't you know about me? I could dance, I could dance, I could dance. Greece is pretty good. I've been trying to learn Spanish for 30 plus years and I'm still dingus at it. To be fair, I learned it as a baby, like young. So brain was a little more elastic back then, I think. As so honey. Close. I think if you're trying to say she is honey, elle est honey. So elle est honey or elle s'appelle honey. Both of those work. Well, the first one is a lot simpler, but the second one is the appropriate conjugation of the verbs to be named something, I guess, is the best way to say it. Don't you know about me? I could dance, I could dance, I could dance. I was trying they are, but good to know. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was an interesting thing. I have to talk to a native French speaker because I don't know how they do they pronouns. French is a very gendered language. It has, everything is either feminine or masculine. And if it's not feminine or masculine, if it's a mystery, usually the verb, it gets treated as a masculine plural. So it defaults to masculine. The name of the song is Dance the Night by Dua Lipa. But yeah, so that is, I wonder how French NBs treat the language and what is accepted by the general populace and what they would like to be accepted. That was the other way? No, well, it might be different now because I learned like way back when I was a kid and my French teachers are a little more traditional. So they usually conjugated to ils. Interestingly, she taught us this. She's like, yeah, doesn't matter how many men to women the ratio is. If there is like 10 women and 1 man, it still gets conjugated to ils. I'm pretty sure that has changed nowadays, so that's nice. So it's whatever is the majority, I guess. But that still leaves like NB people out for sure. Lel, a common gender-neutral pronoun that is a combination of the words il and elle. It is used to refer to non-binary person. Oh, lel. Okay. I would have to look up the conjugations for it then. I'm curious what that would look like. Love adding wrinkles to my brain. I love my brain. It's so wrinkly. First language is Polish. Quite hard to ungender. Makes it hard to be an NB here. I can imagine, yeah. It's very built in. Like, gender is built into the language, so it's interesting to see how people get around that, if they add new ones or they compromise on old ones, you know? I have not encountered a usage for a singular they in French. It looks like some are trying out il. Yeah, I-E-L or L-E-L, I think it was. It's one of those two. Gobblesnake's good. It's just about finished. I just gotta sit down and do it. I've been doing other work behind the scenes, so usually the work you see on stream is the work that I'm doing. Modernity in French. Yeah. Oh, it's pronounced yel. Yel. Okay. You speak French French or Quebecois French? I think I speak French French. I don't know if it's Quebecois French because I really don't know Quebecois French. Pretty sure I know like French French. As far as I know, really. Watch me. It's a night away. Training season. How do you get enough people to agree on the gender of an inanimate object? It becomes a feature of the language. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how that happened, historically speaking. But I guess it's kind of similar to introducing a new concept to someone. Like, someone discovers an apple. And so when they introduce the apple, they use whatever gender there is for it. Quebecois French more old-fashioned because they were kind of cut off from another language. So technically, yes. Quebecois French is probably closer to the original historically accurate French. Modern French is not accurate to historical French, which is fascinating. Overload got me feeling vertigo. This training season's over. Just kept up with French in high school? That happens. It's hard. There's a lot going on in school, so easy to have things fall by the wayside, unfortunately. I think my brain's thinking about food too much right now, where I'm like, I'm hungry and tired now. Take a little break from this to do a little cool down then. Actually, we'll finish it. Finish it, honey. Finish it. Commit. Like, God was so cute. I didn't know. Beauty in the eye of the beholder, I guess. Only you can answer that. I just love having some Ghibli food. The giant egg with bacon. Oh, giant egg with bacon. Need someone to hold me close, deeper than I've ever known. It's like a rodeo, knows just how to take control. When I'm vulnerable, he's straight talking to my soul. Conversation overload. God makes it. Whoops, not that lyric. Season's over. Such a good song. Talk about Ghibli draws the most appetizing looking food. Oh yeah, they do. And it's very cool. I like seeing their food. Very nice. But I like seeing their characters and how they move. It's great. Pretty please. Hi Siri. Welcome. Think I lied a little. I said if we took it there, I wasn't gonna change. Stop, but you're here now, and you're turning me on. I wanna feel a different kind of tension. Yeah, you guessed it, the kind that's fun. I hate it when you leave me unattended, cause I missed you, and I need your love. Cause you haven't slowed down, put my mind at ease. Pretty please, I need your hands on me. Sweet relief, pretty please, exactly where I want me. Yeah, underneath my body. Yeah. You gotta head out, Jedi? You take it easy. Have a good lunch. What are your favorite musical artists right now? Ooh. I like Dua Lipa. I like Jorge for the epic musical. Billie Eilish. MXM Tune. Stromae. There's a bunch of really good ones. I got a pretty broad amount of tastes. Oh, Crane Wives. That's a good one. Jorge, my beloved. What do you think of the Ithaca Saga? Love it. Makes me cry. It's so, so good. Very, very cathartic ending. Take it easy, Japalapa da Dapa. Nice name. Alright, time to take a little sip. And Iblis, thank you for the posture check. And Big Ol', thanks for the breathe redeem. What you think for lunch? Probably some split pea stew or something. Something fast. We got some leftovers from my family, so it's nice I get to eat those. Pretty. Anyone you intended, cause I missed ya and I need your love. Tell me what it's been a while, could you help me slow it down? Put my mind at ease. Need to listen more Pomplamoose? Yeah, I like Pomplamoose. Fun fact, the guy in Pomplamoose, made Patreon and is the owner of Patreon. What an interesting thing. When you feel so pretty, could you help me out, please? Yeah. I did not know that until recently. That's just like, yeah, Pomplamoose, the guy made Patreon, I'm pretty sure, for his band, Pomplamoose. Pretty. Please. I was today years old when I learned that. Sting, for sure. Let's see. A couple more Dua songs because I love Dua Lipa songs. Okay, Illusion is a good song, but not what I'm looking for. I need your hands on me. Sweet relief. Let's see. Love Again. Go. The Goodfellow made a song about busting kneecaps. I love that song. It's such a good song. I never thought that I would find a way out. I never thought I'd hear my heartbeat so loud. Never believe there's something left in my chest anymore. But goddamn, you got me in love again. Think that I was made out of stone. I used to spend so many nights on my own. Never knew I had it in me to dance anymore. But goddamn, you got me in love again. Show me that heaven's right here, baby. Touch me so I know I'm not crazy. Never have I ever met somebody like you. Used to be afraid of loving what it might do. But goddamn, you got me in love again. 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 Again. Many nights I hear spelled out the rain. I never die, then have to live in a storm like before. But goddamn, you got me in love again. Show me that heaven's right here, baby. Touch me so I know I'm not crazy. Never have I ever met somebody like you. Used to be afraid of loving what it might do. But goddamn, you got me in love again. 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 Again. I feel so old when a new artist samples songs that were a hit when I was in elementary school. Does this song sample a hit? Because I don't know this one. I just know Dua Lipa. But goddamn, you got me in love again. La 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 la. That I would find a way out. I never thought I'd hear my heartbeat so loud. I'd rather think there's something left in my chest anymore. But goddamn, you got me in love again. It was on the radio sometimes, and I always think it takes from the Imperial March in Star Wars. Really? I set my teeth in disbelief, cause you're the one that I want. I can't believe there's something left inside my chest anymore. But goddamn, you got me in love again. 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 Again. I think I like this angry face the most. It feels the most like me, but also Ghibli. So it's really cool. I'm gonna study this and see what worked. I want to see. Future nostalgia. I love future nostalgia. My granny's kind of cute. I like it. Your woman white town. Oh, is that what it is? Did not know that. Is that the ran out of eggs and bacon face? Maybe. The I'm busy. I gotta work. I used to forget that Dua is British Palestinian, I think. Nostalgia, isn't it? I know you're dying trying to figure me out. Your name's on the tip of your tongue, keep running your mouth. You want the recipe but can't handle my sound, my sound, my sound. I'm gonna get it without you. British Albanian? I think. If I British Albanian. Oh, okay. I thought she was Palestinian. If you live in a house. I forget Hugh Jackman is Australian. Yeah. He's got a good American accent. I know you're dying trying to figure me out. My name's on the tip of your tongue, keep running your mouth. You want the recipe but can't handle my sound, my sound, my sound. 100% a queen, of course, of course, of course. I do a pretty quite a bit. Fun fact about character art in Ghibli movies, that is a style about how the character is supposed to feel. Much like all other things in movies, how something feels is the primary determiner of their look. The reason for it working is because you nailed the concept. Ah, okay. Let me reread that in a moment. It didn't sink into my brain. My brain erased it. The character's supposed to feel. It does feel quite good here. Yeah, this one's not bad, but it's missing a little bit of depth. This one down here is also pretty good, but this one, this angry one, really nailed something about it. Something about this nailed it. And I'm trying to figure out what it was. I'm breaking it down in my mind. Maybe it's just the strength in the character emotion. The other ones don't have particularly strong emotion. There we go. Make it a bit lighter. And also let me scooch this over. Oh, I do like this song. Oh, 180, crazy. Thinking about the way I was. Did the heartbreak change me? Maybe. But look at where I ended up. The angry one's got a momentum with the eyebrows, nose, and mouth. Yeah, they're very pointy. They're pointed quite nicely. So something about that one is the best one. Make it a bit bigger so that my mind can grasp it. Oh no, I grabbed the ear! Don't come out. Don't start caring about me now. Walk away. You know how. Don't start caring about me now. Aren't you the guy who tried to hurt me with the word goodbye? Though it took some time to survive you, I'm better on the other side. Yeah, the anger one, it's great. Is it impolite to grab God by the ears? Yes. It's impolite to grab anyone by the ears. Maybe the distance between the eyes and the eyebrows? Maybe. It might just be like, she has the strongest expression. You can feel more of a character in it. So that might be why. I think if I add more expression to it, maybe it'll look a little stronger. That could be it. Western Dragon. First discovered you on YouTube. Honey's a precious goblet. Thank you. Know how. Don't start caring about me now. Don't stop now. I'm not where you left me at all. Oh. Dancing with somebody. Welcome back. Welcome back. You just in time for me to kind of wrap up gently. I'm just staring at this piece going like, what did I do that made the angry one look so good, you know? Don't come out. Don't start caring about me now. You know how. Don't stop caring about me now. Tracing is such a lovely tool. It's a shame people either use it wrong or demonize it. Yep. It is such a good tool for learning. It's a very, very good one. I don't think it should be demonized the way it's been demonized so far. It's so, so good. It's so, so good and so, so important. Ozzy, emotion really drives a design better than neutral faces. I recently had trouble doing a reference sheet for my OC because I was omitting the messy hair and expressions. So while I finally nailed the proportions, it looked kind of lifeless. Also reminds me that one time I was doing some reference profile shots of 3 characters and each defaulted to their favorite expression. Smile, grump, scowl, and look better for it. Yep. Expressions make drawings come to life. Wonderful. I think it's the hair you nailed. Not only gives anger, but also a sense of mystery. Maybe a little bit, yeah. I'm curious. I'm thinking about it. Also, the eye wrinkles. Yeah, the little scrunch in the eyes can also add to it, for sure. Oh, alright. I believe it is time for me to get something to eat, because I'm feeling hungry. When you wake up early, you want to eat sooner. That's just how it works, I guess. So, I will be streaming for sure on Saturday. Probably going to be at noon again, because again, my family loves brunch on Saturdays. Especially since they're here for a little while. They're here for the rest of January. So I'll probably be streaming around like noon-ish EST, 3 p.m. EST. There's probably going to be one more stream during the weekdays. I just have to figure out a time with my family because we're all doing stuff. So I want to make sure that I don't say I'm going to stream and then not stream. And I think it's because you're pushing a lot more than the other ones. I think so, yeah. Time to feed. Feast. But let's see, what's a good raid message? Could go very simple, art raid. Because I have someone in mind. There we go. You know what? Just kidding, Meta. Just kidding. Meta's right. Tote. Tote. Yeah, sorry, Sin Solstice. You popped in right around the end. I'm getting a bit hungry, so I would like to eat. Also, my throat's a little sore. I don't want to push it if I want to stream again this week. So we're going to take it easy. We got some good faces done. We got some good learning, good faces. I think this is really nice. I have more to study for sure and to learn. But for now, this is not a bad place to start. I think it looks pretty good. So, we are going to go visit... Let's go see. I'm just making sure that they're not ending. Okay, they might be ending, so let's not... Actually, yeah, let's go say hi. Let's go say hi. We're going to go visit someone who is rigging right now. So if you like very pretty, expressive rigs, I think you'll like this artist. We're going to go visit Love Mura, because I'm not usually streaming when they stream, so I think it'd be a lovely time to go say hi. They also can, they might be a really good person to ask for rigging questions if you have anything there or you're curious about their style. Love Mura has beautiful art and beautiful rigging. I don't know if their commissions are open, but you can absolutely check with their comms command. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure Love Mura's pronouns are... Zuchi, correct me on this, but I'm pretty sure pronouns are she, her. Yes, she, her. Okay, it's in her tags. Perfect. So she's very, very skilled artist. Very, very cool. I think y'all will love hanging out with her. Very, very sick model. She made it herself. But yeah, so very, very excellent place to go. But yeah, I will be streaming again this week and then for sure on Saturday at noon PST, 3 p.m. EST. So I'll see y'all very, very soon, alright? I'm gonna get some food real quick. Ah! I'm so excited. This study is going much better than I thought it would be, honestly. It's going way better than I thought. I was expecting to get way more frustrated way sooner. Let me turn the music back on. Y'all take it easy. I will see y'all very, very soon. Thank you so much for coming today and talking and hanging out. I appreciate it. You have a good one now, okay? Be good, have fun, and be nice to yourselves. I'll see you real soon, okay? Bye-bye!